Welcome to a very basic space program. Last time we did a lot of stuff around the moon, and this time we have our two craft approaching Mars, and this is probably going to be the last, probably the last exploration of Mars until we start looking at crewed missions to the moon, because I want to focus on that, I think, coming up. So this is it's a big episode for us. We have two of them coming in. We're going to look at the moons of Mars. We may send another craft in the future to try and land on Mars. We'll see. It depends on how it fits in the timeline. But if you'd like to see how this goes for our visits, hopefully to Phobos and Deimos, please join me. Right, so here we are. We are about to enter the sphere of influence. You can see we've set a maneuver node up already. We'll have a look at that in a minute. We are going to have to juggle a bit today, though. So if I bring up, then this is something I didn't plan. This is a little bit tighter than I would normally like it. You can see we have our Mars Pathfinder 2 in about 2 hours is going to hit the sphere of influence. We don't actually have our node for another day. So both of these we can actually set their nodes up and start thinking about when they do the burns. So we're going to speed this up and we're going to do it slowly so it doesn't jump across boundaries too roughly. How long until we're going to get there? We've got 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, a little bit of time, and there we go. We have our intercept. Wonderful. Right. So we can jump out of that. We've got about an hour until there. What we're going to do is, no, jump. Thank you. Thank you very much. Right. One thing I do need to check is, have we got our auto setup? So we're saying that normally we're going to have all these things stopped. I'm going to say, when we've got low power, we're going to turn data transmission off. We're going to turn all of these things off. Right, okay. And then when we go to high power, we're going to have that on. We're going to have all that on. Okay. Because we shouldn't be having too much trouble with power unless we're doing thrusting. And that should be the, I think that's the 10%, is it? Yeah, 20%. So that's okay. As long as we're over 80, that's okay. Right. So let's have a look at the craft. What is it doing right now for data? Is it turned on? Is things doing stuff? Right, so it's now turned on and it's now going to start draining its battery a little bit slowly for us, but it'll be gathering that data, which is nice. We like that. We've got quite a bit to do. In fact, let's have a look. Can we? There we go. Right. So, oh, they're all stopped. Okay, so it is losing power just because we've got the avionics up. Right. Okay. Right. So we have that node. Has that marked itself? Mars Pathfinder 2. Right, we can take that one. Actually, no, we want to put a maneuver node in. So let's add the maneuver node. Give me, how long's the burn going to be? It is a biggie. It is a biggie. It's going to be all of that. So we're going to need to be, I'm going to say 12 minutes before. Okay. We're going to add that alarm there. Okay. So we're going to basically use all of that transfer stage. It's a long burn. It's going to start out here. It's going to take a long time. We're not too worried about it though. It should be okay. And then it gives us all the rest of that Delta V to hopefully get an encounter with Phobos, drop us into sphere of influence, drop us into, and possibly land. I would really like a landing. That would be, for me, would be really cool. All right. So now we're going to jump across to the next one, and we're going to have a look at that as well. So here we are with Pathfinder 2. So this should be the one that's going to Deimos, if I remember rightly. If we've got 2 going to Phobos, we have a bit of a problem right now. There we go. That's perfect. So we can focus on Deimos, and we can see, yeah, that's the bigger inclination, isn't it? But it does the closer capture. So we're able to capture that nice and close-ish, and then we'll have a plane change further out, and then but this is going to be a bit of a different approach, and we should be quite interesting. Right, so we're going to run this forward ever so slowly. We go through the steps so that we don't change our periapses and things like that. And then it's going to slow us down when it gets nearby. There we go. It's going to do its little thing, and we're going to let that. I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, it's going to do it. It's doing that thing where it forces it because it auto creates it, because I've got it set to auto create the alarms now. I must remember how I did that so I can turn it off at some point, because it does become annoying. Right, so we do have 1 day and 4 hours till that Mars Pathfinder 3. The interesting thing for us will be this might come in quicker, so it might be interesting to see what it does. So let's have a look. If we put a maneuver there, okay, let's see what this one's going to do. Let's have a look. Okay, and that's going to be when? In Oh, 1 hour something. Right, so that's a much looser capture. I think what I want to do is actually go even looser than that. I want to try and have it as loose as possible because I want this to be as far out as possible, really. Because then we can have as least energy required as possible. That's maybe too much. Let's just make it sensible. There we go. We'll do that. Although actually, is that better? Is that better? Let's have a look. It's not really moving much, so let's just leave it there. That's not a terrible one. Right, I'm going to have that there. You can see that is only going to use, it's going to use a lot less because we've got our periaps so close there. We're actually, through the O-berth effect, is a nice example of the O-berth effect. I mean, obviously these are going to have slightly different velocities. They were launched, I think, a few days apart. There wasn't much between them, 4 or 5 days, so the velocity difference is not going to be much, actually. But the closeness to the planet there, how close it is to the planet when it's going to do its capture, just shows you just how much that's worth. We're actually saving around about 800 meters per second. So that's, I don't even know what the percentage is. That's what, 40% or something like that. Something, it's not 40%. I'm being stupid. 30% ish is what we're looking at. 30 something percent is not bad, actually. Right, so that's going to go there. We're going to set another alarm for that. We're going to give ourselves 15 minutes for that one as well. I'm going to add it. So first craft in is going to be Pathfinder 3. Okay, so let's jump back to Pathfinder 3 and get that sorted. There's going to be a lot of jumps in this episode, I think. Right, we are back with Pathfinder 3. This is going to be a, you know what, I just said it previously, but this is going to be a lot of jumping around. At least until they're in some sort of capture orbit, and even then, with the orbits of the two satellites, the two moons, they actually can become, I think it could be potentially quite difficult. We do not want an interaction. Luckily, the moons are not heavy. They're not big moons. They're quite small, which makes it difficult to get encounters and things with. Easier to land on them once you've got an encounter. Well, if you're in orbit of them. But it does mean that for this situation, there's a less chance. If we, for example, we use Duna as an example in KSP stock, Ike has got quite a large sphere influence, and if we were doing this with Ike involved, one of these, if we didn't actually park it around another body, another one of the moons, would probably get an encounter with Ike at some point, and it would throw it off, and we wouldn't realize it was there, because of course in stock you don't have a lot of forward planning for a lot of these things in like 20 orbits or something like that, unless you go through and check it. So, you know, there is an advantage with the size of these moons. My lordy, this is taking, I forgot how long it takes to, can we go faster? Can we just do that? Can we make that happen? Yeah, we don't need to worry. Are we, what we're looking like for the old power situation? We're at full. Wonderful. It's probably done. So what we're saying is it's basically running okay until it's actually not okay. It's okay until it's not okay. It's okay until it's actually doing some sciences. Okay. Is it going to be, let's actually just check. So is it going to enable? I don't know. We'll do that. That's good. Close that. We've got 3 hours until the next one. We're going to turn on our stuff. We're going to do that. We're going to position ourselves, there we go, onto the node. That is going to change our periaps, is it? Interesting. Oh, because we're so high up, that's why. I forgot, this is the one that's got the really high periaps, so it's actually going to be dipping down to Phobos almost, which is nice. It's going to be, you know, it's much more efficient to do what we're doing with the other one, but this one is going to be potentially fewer moves. So yeah, that's okay there then. Right, we're going to move forward. We're in a time warp sort of situation now. We're just moving time warps. And then you're going to see me firing engines and moving time warps and firing engines and moving time warps and da-da-da-da-da. This is going to be a long burn, so we're going to physical time warp it. But even then, I think we're going to be running at probably 3 minutes for this burn, which is absolutely unbelievable. The engines are all ready. We've got the RCS firing to stabilize. Somebody did say, actually, I asked about this craft previously, and I was asking about why it was always often firing off. I think it was at this stage that's got the multiple. Yeah, so we've got multiple engines on that stage. And they said, yeah, there's inconsistency in the thrust from them, and it throws it off, so you do need some RCS of some sort, or, you know, really amazingly non-realistic reaction wheels. And I completely forgot about that. They also mentioned that there are gimbaling versions of these, or similar engines to this, and I need to look those up. I do not know if they are installed in this install. It's an old install now. It's, you know, well, we've been going on for probably quite a long time. I can't remember and really think when we started this. It's probably... it could be coming up for a year, actually. Probably not a year, but we'll see. Oh, probably should fire the engines. Yeah, we could be actually thinking about it. We could be coming up for a year, couldn't we? We're not going to go that fast. That's a little bit crazy. There we go. Let it just control it. You notice it's not holding it on the target very well. We've got RCS firing like crazy. That RCS is probably going to use up most of the rest of the fuel on this stage, if I'm not wrong. But it would be interesting to see how much delta V we actually have left on this stage before we go anywhere. Yeah, so it's quite an interesting one, which is because the inconsistencies in the burning and the fact they don't gimbal, we do actually have to have some sort of RCS to counter that torque that the more than one engine generates, and that is one of the weaknesses with having engine clusters that we've got. We've got these engine clusters, but actually, you know, they do have downsides, particularly with the new updates of you know, variable thrusts and things like that, you know, slightly efficiencies and things like that. Now, they will all cut off at the same time because of the way they're designed. They will cut off, or they should cut off at the same time. I do believe we've had an episode where one cut off before the other. I think that was a test flight failure, as opposed to fuel running out for one slightly before the other because of the residuals factor. So I don't think that was an issue, but... yeah, it's been an interesting experience. So we've got another 9 minutes on this burn. Let's see if we can ramp this up a little bit faster. Is it going to go unstable again? It does wobble when we put it on 4 times. Although we're not getting the red light now as much as we were, which is good. We had to slow it down again, let it restabilize itself. Thank you very much. Now, I suppose the positive here, these RCS that are thrusting like that are actually... now, that's interesting. So that one's on permanently, and those are on sideways. That's it. So there is obviously... we're obviously talking, I'm waving my hands in front of the screen now. We're obviously talking where this is actually moving upwards, and that is applying that and that to try and counter it. So that would mean, if that's moving upwards, it means these engines down here, we've got a slightly more thrust, probably from this engine than this one, or as a group, they're giving more, which is quite interesting. We've got any other things? We've got a slight that way and that way. That's supporting that twist, I think, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So I think we would just generally... this engine here, or this set of engines, is slightly more powerful than this set of engines, is what we're actually seeing, which is quite interesting, actually. I did not expect to see that so clearly. I thought it was going to be something that, you know, there's variation. Now, so does that mean that when they're created, they have a set efficiency? And we could actually look at that. That's something I hadn't thought about, actually. Right, what are we looking at? We've got another 5 minutes. Wow. I should really have done a timey-wimey warp capture picture slideshow thing, and then just talked over it and sped it up to like 45 times or something. But you know, let's just have a look at the craft. I'm this time trying to remember what's on this craft. So we've got that. That's going to decouple. So this is just a transfer stage. That'll decouple. Then it'll leave this, which has the ability to do pretty much everything we want to do. Oh, there's Mars. That's nice, isn't it? We like you, Mars, but we're not staying. We're going to go and visit one of your moons, because in their moons there be science. I believe we have taken all of the contracts. Let's just to check. Deimos, Mars orbit. Oh, good. So our periaps is below the required. So as soon as we capture into orbit, this will complete after 2 minutes. Phobos landing, Venus probes. That has been sent off. I don't think we've actually shown that on video. That has been launched. It's underway, I believe. I think. I hope it is anyway. Either that or it's crashed horribly. I can't remember. I actually can't remember, if I'm entirely honest with you. I actually did have a problem where the game crashed whilst I was doing it, so I can't remember if this version is actually, if I actually sorted it out. Well, we'll find out. When the craft arrives at Venus, it's probably going to be a problem. So anyway, you know, whatever. I may not show that. We've already seen the atmospheric probe and orbital stuff and landing. We don't need to see it again. But yeah, it's one of the Venus craft again. You don't need to see the multiple landings, because for those it's just repetition. It's very boring, actually. Unless we were going to do something interesting with it. Right. do that, and we're coming in finally to the final end time point of this program. We're down to normal speed. We've got a little bit of RCS thrust going on there. We're loving it. We're gonna possibly just cut this a little early and do a little bit of RCS thrusting. There we go. Right. Let's have a look. What are we looking like? We are captured. Okay. Now, of course, this is a little capture burn, so we can just do that. There we go. Captured perfectly. And we have... Wonderful. We have 200 meters per second left. We're going to keep that because it'll have a use somewhere. And the next time we're going to burn with this is... We're going to set this up, actually. We're going to... where are we? We're going to do a rendezvous planner, actually. We use the rendezvous planner for this. So we're going to align the planes. Where's it going to do that? There. That's not what I want. And in fact, that's pretty rubbish. Do that again. So it's going to do it there. Okay. Align plans. It says it's going to be 399. Okay, actually, it's what was that going to give me? Inclination of 0 difference. Okay. Let's have a look. Can I put a marker there? What happens if I do a line of the planes? Where's my plan? Where's my thing? I want to highlight that one. Right, let's try this. So if I go like that, it goes down all the way to what? All the way to what? Oh, hello. Do a bit of this. Let's see if we can just move it a little bit. Will it actually tell me the relative inclination? Is that changing? Well, it gets us to within 0.1 degree, which is close enough to do an encounter, I think, if I'm honest. And that only uses 100, so that actually shows you from there to there we're cutting, you know, 200 meters per second off. So I am going to have that one. Can I do any better? That's going the wrong way. That's not going any better. That's not going any better. Okay, so what about if I go that way and do a bit of that? Okay, I think I like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for that. Puts the if I put the ascending descending node down here though on the periaps, that's a little more juicy for me. There we go. If I really need to tidy it, I can do it on the far side. There we go. Okay. Right, perfect. So that's going to be our node in 7 hours. This thing's going to go for a long journey. We're going to add that node. Let's have a look. We'll give ourselves, oh, I don't know. It's going to take, we're going to give it ourselves 5 minutes. We're going to give ourselves 5 minutes for that. Add the alarm. There we go. So it's going to be in 7 hours. So it's going to take 7 hours to go on its journey. Oh, actually, no, it's going to take 7 hours to go from there to there. It's going to take 24 days to go around the planet. So this is going to be a drawn out set of missions until we bring it down. But this is going to do one orbit, then we'll bring it down. Oh, we have got our Mars orbit while we've been talking. That's nice. That gives us 500,000. Good stuff. Now we're just going to get the other contracts out of the way. Right, I'm going to now do the same thing for Mars Pathfinder 2. So I will see you at Mars Pathfinder 2. And we're going to do its capture burn. I might cut that one out though. What do you think? Because that last one was long. Right, so we are here on Mars Pathfinder 2, and this is going to do its capture burn. I'm not going to show you all the capture burn, but you can see just how much closer it is to Mars. It is really close. It's going to be a lot nicer burn. It's still going to take us 10 minutes because, of course, although we're only using, you know, around about 60-70% of the fuel, we're not using 100% of the fuel that we used last time almost. Most of that delta V is actually going to be in the second half of the fuel. It's, you know, once you've got rid of fuel, you've not got that weight anymore, so it has more bang for its buck. So yeah, I'm going to jump towards the end of this, and I will see you at the end of this burn, I think. Yeah, I thought this is a much better view to see of this burn, isn't it? Look at that. That's actually really nice. You can actually get a really nice look at Mars. You can actually see sort of the atmospheric haze. You can see all the dimpling from craters, all the sort of geological shapes, things like that. So I just wanted to bring you that back for that because I think it's quite a nice picture. Right, let's get this capture completed, and I will see you, hopefully for me, in about 5 minutes. We have captured, I believe. You can see there the sun is setting over Mars, over the horizon there. So we burned from about here all the way around to here. So it was a long burn. What we did do was we actually dropped the periaps considerably. Now, one thing to remember is we started off our periaps was about, what was it? It was around 200 and something. And we've actually dropped it to 169. So that has been a significant periaps drop. And you can also see that this is a much tighter orbit. This craft is probably going to be ready to do its plane change pretty quickly. So we're going to actually see if we get another one of these sort of nice ones, but we'll see what it comes up as. So we are looking to have a look at what we want to look for. Rendezvous planner. We're going to have a look at this again and see what it suggests. Now, last time it looked for one. Is it going to go for the nearest one again, or is it going to do it? So it's going to put it there. It's going to put the most energy in possible. I don't want to do that. I want to remove that node. Okay, that is a lot of delta V just there, and that is my concern. So we're going to add a maneuver there. I'm going to tap that there. So it's descending node. So I want to go descending node. I want to go up from. So let's see what this gives us. See, that's so much better. That's so much better. The last one we didn't see a massive improvement. It wasn't a thing that you were like, okay, that's really improved everything that we've done. This one, however, I think is a big improvement. Right. Do a bit of that. Do a bit of that. This is going to be 0.4, isn't it? Is 0.4 as good as I'm going to get? I think it might be. 0.6. Okay. Let's put it there. We'll put it there. That gives us something to play with. So that's going to be 400. Can I get it better though is the question. Let me put that there for a second. Can I, if I just move it 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, 0.2, 0.2, 0.3. So I think it's about there. Okay, what about a bit of the 0.3? 0.2, 0.3, 0.2 I think is as good as we are going to get with my eye. We'll just move that around to the periaps. There we go. 0.3 there. 0.2. Right. We'll go with that. Okay. So that one is going to be in node in 2 days. So this is another one that's going to be a long time away because we're going all the way around this orbit. But the good thing is once this one's gone there, it's done. So we can start doing our encounters with this craft at that point. So we're going to add this one in. We're going to give ourselves, let's see, give ourselves 5 minutes for this. Okay, add alarm. Good stuff. What's our electric and everything looking like? Our electric is going down. Have we got stuff on? We do have stuff turned off. Good. Right. We're going to jump back to this one and now we're going to do some plane changes. Right, we are on board with Pathfinder 3 that's just about to do its plane change. So this one should be a nice, easy, quick one. It says it's only going to be, what, 15 seconds. So we're going to move on to the node, get the RSS to do it. I'm not even going to think too much about this. What we're actually looking for here is we want to actually make sure that our inclination, everything is correct at the end of it. I'm not too worried about the burn time for this. So we're going to just speed this up towards the burn time. There we go. So there we go. We'll just do that. Perfect. I want to start it a little early. It's going to sort itself out. Has it affected anything? I don't think it has. We're just going to fire it up now. We're going to do that fire now. And we'll do this manually. We're just going to fire this up manually and see what happens. See what is going on. Yeah, that is the target. So I wish you could see the... Oh. Now that is interesting. What we can see is we have just lost this. So we've lost 100 meters per second in these tanks. So what we could do is we'll just turn the RCS on. We can fire these RCS and use it. But we do know that pretty much we are losing... We're going to be losing everything. So we're going to turn that to there. We're going to do that. Put that on there. That's going to hold it. Let's have a look what we are. 0.5, 0.4, 0.4. I'd like to go less than that. I'd like to go a lot less than that. Come on. 0.3. I think this one we're aiming for 0.2. And I've knocked the off the the thing because we're actually using RCS now, and I am aware that 0.2. Give me my maneuver details. 0.2. I think we want to stop when we're out there, don't we? Yeah, I think that's going to be... Oh, 0.1. Keep going. That good. I like that. I like that a lot. And I don't want to take it too far. And let's do that. Okay. 0.1. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think we have to live with that. Right, this node here, what can I do with you? Can I... Why are you actually showing up there? Why is there a node there in the first place? What? Is the node attached to my craft? What on earth? That is an interesting glitch, isn't it? Can I add maneuver? Can I get rid of it? We've just got a graphical glitch where there's a maneuver on the screen permanently. That's interesting. Okay, that's a new one on me. I quite like it. It's a very interesting maneuver issue. All right, so next we are going to be looking at, let's focus the view on here. So we want to try and interact with Phobos. Oh, now the maneuver node has moved to there. How interesting. Right, we're going to add a maneuver there. And we want to bring this down. I want to see if we can actually get any sort of encounters or anything. We're just going to bring it down and see what's going on. We might get something nice straight away, but I don't think we will. Yeah, look at that. That's horrendous. So what we'll do is we'll pop it into... What's Phobos's periapsis? It is 5.7. Apoapsis 6.2, and ours is 6.2. Are we slightly... Right, so we want to pull this. Oh no, that's not us, that's parent. Right, okay, so what are you? I want to see Phobos. But the maneuver node is on top of Phobos, so I cannot see it. Brilliant. Right, I think we can agree we're too far out there. Yep, so we need to put a bit more in, and what we'll do is we'll just sit around the outside. Like so. There we go. We'll just sit like that. And then we can do a maneuver when we need to. So that's 800. It's going to come off the next stage. It's going to be in 24 days. So let's add that. It's going to take 2 minutes. We're going to give ourselves 10 minutes just in case. Add that to there. That is done. I hope that maneuver vanishes the next time we switch things out. So that one's going to be, that's going to be Phobos, isn't it? That's Deimos, yeah. So that means we're going to be moving on to this one next. So let's go jump to that one and see if we can do the plane change for Mars 2, which is going to be going to Deimos. Right, we are looking at maths, that's terrible. Mars Pathfinder or Pathfinder Mars 2. So this is going to do its plane change, which is it its plane change? Yes, it is. It is. We're going to do its plane change, which is actually a much bigger change. If you actually look at that, it looks a lot more significant. Not much more in the way of delta V. And we know we're probably going to have the delta V from this stage when we finished left. So that's actually a big positive for us. You can see we're already in a tighter orbit as well. So this has just generally got more delta V for it, which is ironic because it's trying to go for the further out moon. So in reality, technically, it shouldn't require more. It shouldn't need more delta V to it. You know, we're capturing loosely around the planet. We can redistribute our energy and things like that, and all sort of wonderful things. But actually, for things like this, when you're doing high orbital stuff like this, it is useful having a little bit of extra delta V. So we will see. We'll have to think about how we want to do this this capture. Actually, it's going to be an interesting one, I think, around Deimos, because both these moons are so small that, you know, it is a challenge. And you can see me I'm just going to move time forward a bit because we've got to come all the way back down here. We've actually done half an orbit there. And we're going to come back around. You can see that there you go. There's Mars Pathfinder 3 on its way around to its next thing, and it's going to do its sort of slow down around here, and then it's going to be under control a bit more. And here we're going to probably do the same thing down here. We'll bring this down to here, and then we'll think about doing some playing around with it. Right. Let's have a look. We're going to do that. We're going to close that. Wonderful. Have we still got that right? That is really becoming annoying. Okay, yeah, that's just, you know, that's just annoying. I think we now have a glitch, don't we? So we have a maneuver node wherever we are focusing our view. Okay, that's good to know. It's good to know we have our focus really in the right place. One thing to be aware of here, this burn will actually raise our periaps, which, or it should anyway, which is a big positive for us. Because, okay, we're not going to save as much on... oh, actually, no, we'll just get this doing its maneuver. Execute next node. There we go. That's a big bonus for us because... let's have a look at Mars. Because... although we're not going to save as much when we're trying to bring our periaps down, because our periaps is now higher, we actually don't need to worry about that. We're going to have to lift our periaps anyway. We're going to have to lift it shortly, because we're going to have to lift the periaps in effect to capture around Deimos or Phobos, or whichever one this is going for. I can't remember anymore. There we go. You can fire that engine. That's going to be about a minute. We're going to timey-wimey warp that a little bit, make it a little bit quicker, because we have had a lot of engine burn in this episode so far, and I'm aware of the timings. Lots of engine burn does not make for good things, unless I suppose it's like launching a, I don't know, a reusable space plane or something. I think that you'd accept engine burn for, but you'd also accept re-entry that would take like 4 hours probably for me to do. That is one of the big things that actually slows me down on doing. It's not the building the craft, it's the just general having to have them go through the atmosphere. If you watch my British series, that was horrendous. That was actually horrendous for returning, and that's part of the reason I went for capsules in the end, and also because the planes they weren't giving me the consistency I wanted. Right, what we will do is we will add a maneuver here. We're going to pull this down to about, oh, hello, there's a potential encounter there. That's interesting. What about, is there any other encounters? Is there some stuff there? A bit of this, bit of that? Can I get a bit more? Can I get a whoop whoop? Can I get away? That's annoying. What about if I went up a bit? Does that give me... How is that not going to give me an encounter there? Surely. Like, if I did that, and then I do another one, which is to pull that up. Right, okay. And I've got that extra maneuver node visible, and it's doing my head in right now. Okay. Okie dokie. Alright, so those are... That's quite nice, isn't it? I like that. I think we can refine this a little bit. I think we can work with this. I can feel we can work with this a little bit. Alright, but how much delta V is that going to cost me? So we're looking at... That's 500. Plus 200, that's 700 to get to there, and then the capture. Yeah, we've got loads. Okay, I'm good with that. So we'll do this. We'll do this one first, and then we'll go off that and we'll work with that, I think is what we're going to do. And then we've got 22 days until Maths Pathfinder 3 comes around. So we're going to do the majority of the work with this one to start with. Go Maths Pathfinder. We're going to call it the Maths Pathfinder. That's what we're going to call it, because I can't do it anymore. I can't keep doing this. Okay. All right, we're just going to execute this node, I think. Yeah, let's just execute. Execute the node. Let's see how it does it. And I will see you at the node, I think. All right, we are firing our engines. This is a nice, easy little burn, isn't it? Just bring this down. Again, it's actually more of a tidy up burn than anything else. We could do a little bit of a plane change. In fact, I'm tempted. We will have a look. We'll have a look at how much delta V it's going to cost for us to do a little alignment. Because it's only 0.2 and it will make the approach a little easier, and we might as well use this stage up is what I'm actually thinking. So we're going to close that. Let's actually see now, can we refine our plane just a little bit better? Oh yeah, that's going to take it to being what? 0. So it's going to take it 3 meters per second. So that's how close we got it. So let's how long is that going to take? 3 hours. We've got loads of time. We've got days. So let's execute that node. And we'll get that one done as well. And you can just do this. Sometimes it is worth you just refining later on. You could spend a lot of time getting the perfect stuff and get it all sorted out. Sometimes it's really not worth it, because it actually just takes a lot of issues. So you can see our relative inclination at the moment is 0.23, which is interesting. And we could have pulled this up before and actually used it, but we didn't. I should have pulled it up before. It's a nice little detail there, because it gives it to 2 decimal places, whereas the displays tend to give it to 1. Not so bad in stock, but in RP1, that second decimal place can actually cost you a lot of delta V, depending upon where you are, what planet you're around, what body you're around, things like that. So we'll see, there we go. Oh, wonderful, zeroed it perfectly, lovely. Right, we can get rid of that. Let's have a look. Can we do a burn there? We're going to do our no, we're going to do our prograde burn here. And you can see these are now actually not flicking around as much, are they? That's nice, actually. Okay. Now, what we can do... No, I don't want to do that. Get rid of that. You've just put something on there, haven't you? Change that to 0. There we go. Right. What I'm going to do is, and this is something I don't really tend to do, we're going to put this in here. Right. Then I'm going to put a node here. And we're going to warp it forward and see if we get any interesting encounters. Oh, what's that? Where's the other one for there? Are they actually that close? They are. Okay, so we do have an interesting approach in a little bit. Or, or we can get rid of that. And we can just pull this out a bit more. Like so, and we can actually enter into a circular sort of parking orbit. We do have the delta V for that, because when we then drop down and capture into orbit, it's going to be a lot easier. I think we will have the delta V for that. I'm not even looking at a delta V map. I'm just assuming we're going to have the delta V for that. All right, let's do this one. Yeah, let's do this one. And again, because we're going to do it all this one with the rendezvous planner, I'm going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that. We'll get it to do it for us. There we go. It's going to pull out now and do stuff. Pathfinder Venus 2 batteries are getting low. Oh, and then now the Pathfinder Venus 2 has now recharged its batteries. How exciting. Yeah, I really do need to check this one, because this may or may not actually be valid. I will do it off camera. You know, you don't need to see it, do you? Right. Let's have a look. We've got a minute to go until everything is ready. Is it going to do its final little burn? And now obviously this one is now, let's have a look. Where's the moon? Where's Mars? Have we lost? I've lost Mars. Hello Mars. Where are you? Have you been replaced by a giant? Have you been replaced by a, oh, there you are. There you are, Mars. Hello. How are you doing? Have you been replaced by a giant maneuver node? Yes, you have. Look, there you are. Yeah, if anybody has had that maneuver node glitch before, I would love to know about it, because that is an interesting one for me. That is right. So this is going to fire, and then we are going to then we're going to be doing all the fun bits, which is we're going to transfer the next stage. And I need to remember that all of the RCS and things are on this, and I need to actually turn on my avionics. We're going to activate our avionics early. It's got power. It has. Right. Wait, how much look at we? I wish it would tell you how much. Yeah, whatever. Do that. That one, please. Hello. Why not do maneuver planet? We've had that before because. There you go. Yeah, we've had that before because, if I remember rightly, that is actually the control, the node we're controlling from. We're not controlling from this thing here. Or that's the route, is it? I can't remember which around it is. There's something odd like that, so it does this. I've had this multiple times recently with craft in stock as well as actually in RP1. Right, we're gonna timey-wimey, speedy up here a bit there. Get that going. And again, you can see we have a little bit of off-center thrust there. That is going to eat a little bit of our delta V, but I don't think it's going to be enough to be too worrying for us. We did get a little kick as well when we decoupled, so that's going to have given us a little push, a little positivity there. We don't really care about the other craft. What we will do is we will rename this one though to the, is it Demos? Are we going to Demos? Is that what we're doing? Abort node execution. Let's have a look. How are we doing? Wow, that was not what I expected. Pop me into retrograde, please. That is a lot different to what I was expecting. Retrograde. Do it now. So what has happened there? We have gone way off. So this is the Demos craft. We're gonna eyeball this one now. So I actually wanna bring it to, it's with 20. Right. Okay. So with 25. Okay. There we go. We're going to lock that in. Going to lock that in. I would like a pretty circular orbit. I want it to look the same distance around here. I think Deimos is in a 20. So as long as I stay above 20, I'm not fussed. And we're going to let this go round and there. That's what we're going to go for. Okay. That was interesting. I'd love to know how much delta V. So we've lost quite a bit of delta V there. I hope we've got enough now. I'm actually assuming we've got enough, but I'm starting to get a bit nervous. Right. Yeah, so that looks a bit better. What I would like to do is actually, yeah, we'll do that. Focus view on Mars. That just puts everything in the center. Right. So we need to do a maneuver, say about here. We're going to do a retrograde burn. Oh, that's almost perfect. How exciting. Let me just, close approach is that. Right, let's just do this. Is this going to be really lucky? Am I awesome? Is this going to be a beautiful little occurrence? So you see how close we're having to get. There we go. We've got an intercept now. And what I can do is I can focus view. And we can actually have a look at how close we're going to get to. We're going to go straight through the middle of it there. Okay. Yeah. We can change that a little bit, I think. Yeah. We can just... I don't know which way around I want to go, actually. That's a good question. That's going to be its escape, so it's going to come in this way. Okay, that's 56. How much is it actually going to cost to capture this thing? That's the okay. Right, we've gone beyond the capture point, so let's see what it says. Let's look at this one. What does it actually say? Yeah, that's not a problem. We're gonna be able to capture. We could just hello, come here, come here, come. We'll get to you in a minute then. Okay, you're obviously in a mood with me. You don't like this, right? Can we close that? There we go. Right. Okay. We've got the 18 hours to that one, so I think we're gonna warp to it. Yeah, I think we will. I think we're gonna warp to that. Yeah, let's see what it does. Does it? It jumps. It did its jump. Has it done its stupid changing its position thing? Yeah, it has, hasn't it? I bet it has. I bet it's changed it. Cancel that. Cancel it. Right, let's start again. That is annoying. So whatever it did there, it was, yeah, it was doing it annoyingly. Oh no, actually. I think actually we might be all right. I may have actually just overcooked it. I might have seen something that wasn't there. Right. Let's focus view. Let's have a look. Let's do a little bit of orbital ballet, shall we say. I want to go into that maneuver node, and I want to go like that. Okay, just execute that node. There we go. Let's make it happen. Occurring. Right, let's go. Let's go in like that. There we go. That's very close. I don't know if we want to be that close, actually. Right, so there we are. This episode, we may only go to Deimos. I'm just thinking about how long this episode is taking. So do I go to Deimos and land? I think we do. I think we go to Deimos. I think that's what we want to do. Right. Okay, RCS off. Don't want to be playing around with that when we get to Deimos. What's our battery like? It is okay. If nothing else, we can park around Deimos and get some science, can't we? Yeah, let's do that. So where is my maneuver? We're going to go up to there. Oh, I need to rename it. So this is the important bit. We need to rename this. Where are we? Rename vessel. Mars Pathfinder Deimos. Don't even know if that's how you spell it. Pretty sure that's probably not it. We're going to make it a probe or a lander. We're going to try and land this thing. So, yeah, we're going to make it a lander. Can I land this thing? That's the question. Oh, those might be too powerful. Can I land this thing on the RCS? How powerful is that? At the moment, it's 2 times Mars' gravity. I never thought about that. I think we could probably land it on the RCS if we were really careful. Yeah, let's we're going to try it. We're going to try it. We'll get it into orbit. We'll get the science, and then we're going to try an RCS land it. Right. So let's just warp it forward a bit now. How long until we get to that node? Right, we've got Venus science coming in while we're doing this, so we're on 140 science almost now coming in. So we've got some more science to spend next time. I think also next time we will do the Phobos one as well. I think I was probably overestimating the ability to do these. They are quite big missions, It would be really cool to send a craft that could jump from one to the other, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Primarily, I mean, the planes are not too different. It's mainly because of just the jumping between them. And I think this, to be fair, this probably got the Delta V to do it, which would be quite cool. So if we have a mess up, we could potentially do that. Right, so what's the mission requirement for this? We need to do a flyby within 45 kilometers. I'm not entirely sure how close we're going to get. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. Of course it doesn't say. This is Mars to Deimos. Okay, so it's going to slow it down for me, is it? Yes, it is. So we're going to come in. We're going to try and capture at Deimos. Where's my periaps? That is very close. That's 4 kilometers. Okay. Do that. Good there. Right. Let's, while we're coming in, how long until I get there? 23 minutes. Okay. We can actually play around with the old low power. We're going to turn that off. We're going to turn that off. That off. That off. That off, that off, and then when we get to 80, we're going to turn it on. Good stuff. And then we're going to go all the way back to here, and we're going to turn on some of these things. We're going to do some of the sciences, because we are going into Deimos Sphere of Influence. Now, was it Phobos we went into last time? I think it was. There is Mars. It looks nice and big. Are we actually in the Sphere of Influence yet? I don't know. I don't know. When do we get there? 14 minutes. So let's just speed this up. It's actually quite funny when you get these gaps between the patch conics, isn't it? So it's saying that we've got this Deimos encounter there. Okay, so we've got to wait for that to line up with that. So we'll just speed it up just a smidgen more. It's going to jump across the barrier. How long are we actually in Deimos' sphere of influence? I don't think it's very long if we don't do anything, is it? Right. Are we there? Yeah, we're good. Right. How close are we? 5 kilometers. What have we got here? Contract complete. Data is coming in. Okay, superb. So we've got that's 500,000. That's some more funds. We will need that. We need the Deimos landing. Do we need anything else? That is it. So it's a flyby and landing, and then Phobos is just a landing. Right. So we're going to go to here, warp there, and I want to be in retrograde when I get there. And then we'll just fire the engines. What I do want to know is how much thrust is it? It is what? Thrust is, wow, 2,500 times the thrust. Okay, that is that's a lot. So we've only got 14 minutes in the sphere of influence. I don't think I need 14 minutes. I think I need less than that. So let's see how much delta V. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much delta V. Right, there we go. No, not that. There. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. That's a logic set of numbers there, CMOS, isn't it? Right. Yeah, I think that is going to take 10 seconds. So we're just gonna go to that there. That's okay. Right. We're getting all of the sciences now. Of course, we should be aware that the electricity will last for a while, but we will cut it out if need be. If the electricity goes too low, the electricity will cut out. Right, I need to put on the RCS. Is the RCS going to work? Yes, it is. Is that going to mess up my system though? Right. I wonder if we could do it. No, we can't do this capture with that. What's the orbital speed going to be? It's going to be almost nothing. I actually think, yeah, I think this will land on RCS. Wow, this is, can I want to actually, can I come back to my craft? Yeah, great. I've now got the, and I can't go any closer than that to the craft either. So I might as well keep it on there. Right. Yeah, Deimos, you are very small. I don't think I've ever landed on Deimos, thinking about it. Right, let's have a look. We'll just do a bit of that. Am I doing it? Am I capturing? Wow, that's a huge amount of data V required. There we go. Oof, you know what? We'll use the RCS for this. Oof, it's terrible. You know what? Might have gone a bit low there. Okay. Right, we are now in orbit. So, let's have a look. Where is this? Okay, hello, Deimos. Oh, clicking things. What is that? Oh, that's ugly. Ooh, blocky. Right, so let's have a look. Have we got science? What are they running? They've got 90 days for the image spectroscopy. That is not biome specific. That's not biome specific. That's not biome specific. That's not biome specific. That's not biome specific. Okay, so none of these are biome specific. Do I leave it or do I land it? I want to land it. I really want to land it. So where's Earth? Earth's there. So if we come in here, let's warp to there. No, let's not warp to there. Actually, let's warp to here. We're going the wrong way around. So warp to there. I want to warp to here. Warp to there. And I want to be in retrograde. And we're going to bring it down somewhere. I just don't know where. I don't know where that is going to be. Come on. Oh, of course, it's going to do slow-mo mode because it's so low, isn't it? I'm okay. I'm not going to hit the ground, am I? I might actually. Ooh, we're close. Yeah, that's fine. Right, we do have weak signal. Was it bouncing off? We should lose signal when we go around the back here. So that's done. That's done. I believe Deimos has lost avionics and stuff in more recent bits. Warp to there, please. Thank you. It's still got signal through the because Deimos is so small, we still get signal. Okay, that's the way it's going to be. Let's put this thing in retrograde and just bring it down. Wow, that's just landing with RCS. That's the way we do it now. Okay, right. I'm going to put it down just there. That's where we're going for. If this goes wrong, right, you can tell me that I'm a fool. Okay, that's what we're going to agree on. I don't think this is going to go wrong. I feel positive about this. I'm still concerned about that and the fact there's now a maneuver node thing there. Can I get, there we go. Okay, we've got rid of that. What was that actually saying? Oh, it's fixed on that. That's interesting. It's a maneuver node we've now lost, but we're not entirely sure why we've lost it. I don't know when I need to start braking, if I'm honest. 2 kilometers up? Is that going to be a requirement? Let's see. It's gonna orientate itself. Oof, that's having a massive impact on the actual, on the systems themselves. Yeah, this is. Yeah, I don't have a problem with this. This is going to be fine. We'll take it down to a kilometer. I don't actually think it's accelerating, is it? No, it's not. It's not gaining speed as it falls because it's that weak. Okay, we're literally going to dock with Deimos. Okay, oh no, we've gained 0.1 of a meter per second. Okay, we need to be aware of that because you know we could come in too fast. Could really come in very fast there. Looks like a nice ground to land on. We do have engines I need to be careful of, so I do need to come in. To be fair, I actually think we could hit the ground at this speed and we would survive. So I'm not too worried. I think 3 meters per second is pretty low. I'm going to go for basically a docking is what I'm looking at. Let's put it at 20 seconds away. Yeah, there we go. So this puts us 20 seconds away. And we'll probably end the episode once I either land or crash. But I don't think this craft will be destroyed on landing, if I'm honest, because I don't think that it's going to ever move fast enough to explode. I don't think you can destroy a craft if you've done this. We'll see. We'll see. I'm now 10 seconds away. Is that 10 seconds away? No, that's 100 that's 100 seconds away. Wow, it's order of magnitude out there. What's that? Get this. I need to. Ooh, We need to sort this out. What's my electricity like? Hello? Where are we? Oh, that's the one thing that would actually be a problem if the electricity ran out, thinking about it. Are you stable? Can I do a little bit more speedy weedy? There we go. Okay, now we're about, what, 40 seconds away? I suppose, have we got, where's the sun? There is. Oh, is that my shadow? There's my shadow. Okay, hello. What I will do is, we'll do that. We'll do that. I'll have that while I'm doing it. Right. We'll do a little bit of this. Just slow it down just a little bit. Wait, how far do I want to slow it down to is the question. I'm going to keep it at 1 meter per second, at least. So we're at 50 seconds. Barely going down. Oh, I need to be on surface. Whoopsies. Surface velocity positive. No, surface minus. Whoopsies. Now this is how you crash. Why was I on orbit still? Oh, because it's treating it as though we're still in orbit. That's why. Okay. Okay. So we gained about 0.4 meters per second there. Right. Okay. Reason I want to switch this. I don't know if Deimos has any spin. I don't know if it rotates very fast or anything like that. Sometimes that can be a problem if you're doing based on orbit, not on surface. Also, you know, it's nice to basically try and touch the ground. Right, we're coming. It's like the slow landing, isn't it? Let's bring this speed down a bit. Oh god, look at that. I need to just do that. Oh, a bit more. Oof. Yeah, we're just hovering now. This is getting silly. Okay. Turn off the RCS. We're gonna have to let this thing sink. Come on. Come on, let the gravity take you. Come on, you can do it. Gravity wants you. Gravity wants you. We may actually have to just once it gets to normal position there, I will actually just pause. I'll just hold it. Turn that off. Put that on there. There we go. And then we'll just do that. Hello. Down we go. Are we down? Are we down? Are we? Oh, RCS. There we go. Because RCS down. Down. Is it down? Have I completed a mission? Turn that off. Are we down? I consider it down. Am I down? How do I... Oh, we've got to transmit data. Right. Are we transmitting data? Is there data to transmit? Is that possible? What's the position? Are we landed on the surface, are we? Okay. No, I want to actually push you down, please. Thank you. That's it. And then do that. There we go. Just hold me there. Hold me there. There we go. Just a little bit of a push. That's all we need. Just a little push to push you down, to hold you down. Right. So from the surface of Deimos, we are down. I'm sorry for the quiet bit there. I've never actually landed on such a... I thought Gilly was bad. But Deimos is different, isn't it? There we go. That's a nice picture for you. There, we'll end on that. So I will let the science run away in the background a bit. We'll get some science from this. And the next episode, I guess we're going to do with Phobos, or we'll finish the Phobos mission, and we might have a look at maybe building a crew craft if we have the tech by then. We'll have to have a look, or we can just warp forward in time. So from me, from Deimos and Mars, until next time, have a great one.